Wow, you guys are real fans of the show, aren't you? I see a bunch of Chumlee shirts out there. Oh, that's a good one right there. That's pretty good. Welcome to Reality Check, another free show here at Mohegan Sun. And I'm your host, Gary Craig, and we got a couple of really great guys today. And I'm a recent fan of the show. I just discovered it. And you know something? I watched one episode. I couldn't stop watching the episodes. It was like it drew me in. I got to see the next one. What other crap is going to walk through the front door for them to look at? We love it, right? How many of you would like to own a pawn shop? All right, I think they're at the door, so we're going to bring them on right now. Ladies and gentlemen, from the History Channel, Corey Harrison and Chumlee from Pawn Stars. Give it up. Here they come.
That's a fucking riot. Unbelievable.
Corey and Chumlee from Pawn Stars.
How much do you think they got paid for?
I have no idea. Chum!
They both lost some weight.
Yeah, they did.
The cheering section over here.
Isn't it great that everybody loves Chumlee a lot more?
Corey, where's your t-shirt? How come you don't have...
So many lights there.
I've got the ones that say Gold and Silver Pawn Shop on them.
Oh, okay. So, raise your hand if you have a question. We're going to take some questions for the guys. And right after the Q&A, they're going to sign autographs over there. So let me go down. Let me get down into the audience and take some questions. What's your question?
What was the most expensive item that had moved through the pawn shop?
It's kind of a weird one. We buy and sell a lot of gold. I mean, I've bought, you know, like half a dozen kilo gold bars one time for hundreds of thousands. I can't even give you the number right now, but stuff like that, it moves typically as soon as we buy it, we're driving down the street to sell it. So item-wise, like a Ferrari. Yeah, I bought a Ferrari one time. That's a little bit more interesting.
Wait, whatever happened to the sports program that you took so much heat for that you paid $2,500 bucks? Was it baseball or football? I forget.
It's on eBay right now. You can go bid on it.
It's on eBay? Yeah. Wait, you paid $2,500 and then the guy said, you took it to one of your friends who was an expert, he said it was worth 10 grand, right?
It's worth, they say it's worth 10 grand. I put it on eBay. It should be done in about 10 days. We'll see what I get for it.
What's the current bid on it?
I think it's up to 8,000.
Oh my God. Wow. Any other question? Right here, yes.
What's the coolest thing that's ever been in the pawn shop?
The old man.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you pick who you're going to have on your television episodes?
We have almost no control over it. That's all the production company. Because if you just took everybody that walked in the door, you guys would get really tired of seeing all the wedding bands and stuff we take. So.
We have two experts on the stage. I've been waiting to ask this question of two experts. All right. 1976. I was in radio in Tucson, Arizona. Elvis came to the Civic Center there and performed. You weren't allowed to bring in any cameras, but I knew the security detail, they knew me. And they allowed me to smuggle in a Super 8 sound movie camera. I took a 50-foot reel of Elvis performing on stage, Super 8, color, sound. The next year, Elvis died. That worth anything?
That could be worth some money, but that's you're gonna have to wait for like a Christie's or Sotheby's auction to actually get paid for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll give you 500 right now.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that. Yes, what's your question?
Your favorite item that's come in the shop?
The Buick Regal that I put hydraulics on.
Yes, sir.
Corey, your grandfather's known as the old man on the show. What's his real name?
Richard Harrison.
And how long has he owned the show? Did he start? Did he open it?
Him and my dad opened it together. The original location was actually down the street, but they opened it in 1983.
You know, when people think of a pawn shop, they usually think of the type of shop that's like in a really bad part of town and all the windows are barred up and it's kind of like weird people come in, but your show is so different than that, so interesting. You never know what's going to walk through the front door. I mean, it's...
Pawn shops aren't everything Hollywood makes them out to be, so, you know, a lot of them have good deals. You just got to get inside and check them out.
Yes, sir. What's your question? Let me get back there for you.
Chumlee, tell me, did you have to pay for that vase that you broke?
It wasn't very expensive, so they let me slide. It was under $100.
Is that video still up on the internet? Have you?
There's a video up there, but it's not me.
Oh. Okay, we have a question back here. Let me go back and see if I can get to this gentleman. Yes, sir. What is your question?
Both of you, what are you guys going to do here in town while you're here? Are you gonna visit any pawn shops or anything?
I got some friends that don't live far, so I'm not sure what they have in store.
I'm probably just going to follow Chumlee around, so.
If you had to pick a collectible or a few collectibles that you would say is the most valuable in your line of business, what would that be? Would it be, you know, a Beatles album? Would it be, what would it be?
I collect watches myself. John Mayer is actually a buddy of mine, and I actually appraised his watch collection, and that's, if you're going to collect something, that's probably the thing to do it. They don't seem to go down in value very often.
How do you know something walking through the door isn't stolen?
It's actually, you don't. There's no real way to tell. Pretty much if they're a thief, you can't, if you ask them if they stole it, they're going to tell you no. But everything we take, we give a full police report to the Homeland Security, the FBI, and the state and local police department. We give them a thumbprint, a picture of your ID. So if you bring something stolen into me and sell it, you're kind of stupid. You're gonna get caught.
So that's the paperwork you talk about on the show. We're gonna fill out some paperwork and then we'll get you squared away.
Yeah, it's
we had a guy sell us what, a $50,000 pair of earrings on camera though that were stolen.
Yeah, it's a funny story. The production companies they're filming, the guy comes in, sells us a pair of diamond earrings for $50,000, and there's a camera in his face, just like this one right here, while he's selling them.
Hello. Any other questions? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
Yes, right here.
Is old man always annoyed in the pawn shop?
He's old and grumpy, man.
This gentleman here has a question. What's your question?
Chumlee, what did you do with the hot air balloon?
It's on the roof. That's how we got here.
You want to hear something funny? Right before we went on, we were talking about we're going to take some questions from the audience, and Chumlee said to me backstage, I guarantee you somebody's going to ask about the hot air balloon. Any other questions? Right here, yes.
Have you ever been robbed?
No, we're not the standard corporate pawn shop. You've seen the security guys at the front door, and there's guns behind the counter. It's a lot easier to go to a 7-Eleven or something.
Yes, right here. Yes, sir.
How much ink do you guys have on both of your arms, on all four of your arms, or your bodies?
I didn't weigh it before I placed it there, but quite a bit.
Yes, ma'am?
Yes. Chum, how's the night shift going with that cute babe?
All right, you know, I'm not, you know, I'm in and out of the night shift. I'm too valuable on the day shift.
Which season are you guys in? Is this, how many seasons have you done?
We've got like 160 episodes completed that have aired, so like 5 or 6 seasons, I'm not exactly sure.
Ooh, 160 episodes.
Yeah, History Channel doesn't really keep track of them in the seasons very well. I mean, one season will have 13 episodes, and then another one will have 50. So
you hit the syndication mark, pal.
Yeah.
100, that's it.
Where it is, about double that.
So, when did you first notice people were recognizing you and people started to recognize you from the show? Has that been a problem?
3 years ago.
I've got a really funny story. Me and my dad, since I was 5 years old, go to this place, Glamis, California, and we ride dirt bikes there, and it's a big, giant thing, and everybody camps there, and there's 2 flushing toilets in the entire place. And it's a typical campground kind of thing, so they don't have doors on them, and I realized I was famous when I'm sitting there on the toilet and a guy walks up and tries to shake my hand because he loves the show.
Which hand did he shake? I hope he shook the right hand. Questions over here. There's one right here. Let me get back to you, sir. Yes, sir.
Hi. I was just trying to figure out where you're located on the strip. Is that across from Stratosphere or?
We're right in between the Stratosphere and downtown.
I haven't been down there in a few years since I started watching the show, but that's kind of what I guessed. Yeah.
Can you compare the amount of business you did in the store prior to going on the air and then compare it to after you were on the show?
I remember when 100 customers in a day, we were scrambling, it was so busy, and now for below 4,000, it's a bad day.
4,000 customers a day?
There used to be 12 employees, now there's over 60.
Wow!
Wow.
Yes?
Do you guys get anything from the History Channel to do the show?
I don't do it for free.
Would you do 160 of anything for free?
How do you know how much money to offer? I mean, you have to have a pretty wide range knowledge of almost anything that comes in the door. I know you go to experts occasionally, but how do you know what to offer them?
I've been doing this my whole life, so it's just, how's a carpenter know how to build a house? You know, you just do it.
Right here, yes, sir.
How long does it take to tape one episode?
On a good week, we can get 2 episodes out in a week.
We film 40 weeks a year, so we're filming all year round.
And how many cameras do they have running? A couple of cameras, 2, 3?
We've got the most budget film crew in the entire world. There's literally, it takes them 4 of them to film an episode. We got the director holds a camera, another camera guy, and a sound guy, and someone taking notes.
So when they're shooting the show, I mean, you've got customers milling around while they're shooting the show, right?
Yeah, we have to kick the majority of them out because when you have 4,000 people.
Right here looking at them.
But
shout out to the second level, they're kind of loud.
All right, some Chumlee fans up there.
We're standing here
Yes, ma'am.
Chumlee, that necklace that you have on, did that come through the store or did you buy it?
I bought the cross at the store, but the chain I bought in LA.
Yes, we have a question back here. Yes, ma'am.
Hey Chumlee, I saw you on TMZ. Was that your roles?
It is my Phantom.
How many cars do you have?
5 or 6. I lost count.
Is this what you collect, cars?
I collect Benjamin Franklin's. You got one for me?
Anybody else? Right back here. All right, right back here. Hold on, we'll get to you. Yes, sir.
Chumlee, when are they going to put you in the opening credits, man?
I'm too pretty for the opening credits. Imagine what that would do to them.
Are you guys in the store every day?
Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, but we do a lot of off-site filming, so sometimes when we go to the gun range, it takes 4 or 5 hours, or if we go off-site to film something, it could take half the day, so there's no telling what hours will actually be there.
Do you have people who come in who want to get an offer on what they're bringing in, but they only want to get it from one of you two guys?
yeah, and they end up getting it from somebody else.
So, I mean, you won't deal with a customer unless you're on camera, or you do?
No, I will, but it's got to be a pretty big ticket item.
We usually bring them in the office in the back.
Yes.
Do you do any partying after hours? Filming?
Just a little bit.
Look at them.
Come right in here.
All right, gentlemen right over here.
Chumlee, did you ever make up enough money to pay back the pawn shop for the fake mandolin?
The pawn shop owes me some money, man. What are you talking about?
What's the biggest loss you ever paid for something and like?
Biggest loss was probably the $50,000 worth of fake ear, or for the stolen earrings.
Chumlee, can you tell us your real name?
Chumlee.
All right, we have a question back here. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm a big fan. Could you sign my t-shirt?
We're going to be doing that at the booth up here right after the question and answers.
Yeah, right down here.
Let me get in line.
Come on! Throw it up there!
You guys have to pay the experts that you bring in?
No, but before they were called experts, they were called dealers.